Welcome to Video Games Visited. This one comes from Psycho Fox, and he's requested we review Battlezone on the Atari 2600. The 2600 version of this game is a port of the popular arcade game of the same name. The story of this game is that worldwide peace has finally been achieved, and just when everything looks okay, somebody remembers they left a giant field full of tanks, which will try and kill anything in sight, so you have to go over there and sort them out. Why this was a good idea at any point, I'm not entirely sure, but there's a lot I don't understand about military tactics, but at least they got a decent game out of it. So as you can see, you're roaming around in your tank, hunting down any of these enemies you can find and killing them. In addition to the standard tanks, you also have super tanks, jet fighters, and UFOs to contend with. Each has their own traits and things to look out for, but all of them can be destroyed with your main weapon. Unlike the arcade version, there's no cover to hide behind, which I think really detracts from the gameplay and removes any tactical and strategic fighting you were capable of. As a result, you're completely out in the open, and you have to rely upon your wits and quick thinking to keep you alive. Don't get me wrong, this isn't a bad thing, but to me this kinda changes the feel of the game, making it all about the action. But it is a great action game. It's satisfying to play, the controls are simple and so easy to pick up and get to grips with. Shoot to shoot, left to go left, right to go right, forward to move forward, and backwards to reverse. It really is a pleasure to play, and great to see an enemy tank explode at a distance after your nice accurate long shot. When you do hear yourself being shot at, the best thing to do is just to turn and head off in another direction to avoid the shot, as one hit will always kill you. This sounds harder than it is because you've also been supplied with a little radar screen at the top so you can always see the position of the enemies around you. It's also handy to use this radar to get your enemies in front of each other so they can actually take each other out with their shots. The game rewards accuracy as the fire rate of the cannon's weapon is rather slow, firing roughly one shot every 2 seconds, so if you're going to fire roughly at enemies you're not going to last for very long. The graphics are very different to the arcade version, as the arcade version had some vector-style 3D graphics, and the Atari version has some nice raster graphics. Both of these looks have their own charm and are quite effective, and I was just blown away that the game was in first person, rather than a top-down shooter. There's not much sound-wise to listen to other than the gunshots and the sound of the caterpillar tracks moving. But this isn't a bad thing, as you really do need to keep an ear out for enemy shots being fired at you, and some Atari-style music in a short loop would be immensely annoying. So overall, this is a fantastic little Atari title, well worth your time and it'll keep you entertained for hours. Players who are willing to give it some time and develop their skills will be rewarded by extra tanks given when certain score hurdles are passed to extend their game even further and really rack up the points. But that's about all there is to see for Battlezone. Thanks again to Psycho Fox for the recommendation. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Take care.